You're visiting a developing nation for a friend's wedding. While there, the power goes out. No problem, they kick on the diesel powered generators to keep the lights on and the party keeps going. You roll with it. But then you notice how bad the toxic fumes are. Looking around, you see families and children playing in this environment. It's a normal occurrence for them. This is the way things are done there. Would you say, too bad, it's unfortunate for them, and move on? Or would you let it spur an idea to create a new solution? Today's example of selflessness was moved to build a solution and a business focused on selflessly serving others. That's what we're going to talk about today as we discuss the principle of of selflessness on Boss Beat, a latte of leadership for those seeking to be and build better bosses in business. I'm Ben, and yes, I do like my bees. You'll see why thoroughness popped up to me as I was talking about it there in a minute. That was the situation that Jessica O. Matthews found herself in when she was visiting that friend, or it was an aunt actually, for her wedding in Nigeria. She chose to find a solution, a very creative solution at that. Her and a friend and a team they built developed Socket, a soccer ball that captures and stores kinetic energy so that after a half hour of playing outside, children in developing nations would have secure access to electricity for enough light to do their homework at night. And what if the kids don't like soccer? Well, Matthews and Company, Uncharted, had a solution for those who didn't like soccer as well. Maybe they prefer to jump rope. So they created the Pulse Kinetic Jump Rope, which had a similar concept, capturing the kinetic energy and storing enough power to recharge cell phone batteries or something of that nature. Now, what if they didn't like soccer or jump rope? What if they're not kids, but city officials struggling with insecure electricity or insecure access to electricity in developing nations? Well, later on, Matthews and her company Uncharted developed MORE, which stood for Motion-Based, Off-Grid, Renewable Energy. They defined that technology as energy harvesting and emanating building blocks that can be seamlessly integrated into various infrastructures, objects, and products. They used examples. Everything from floor panels to streets, speed bumps and sidewalks to subway turnstiles, strollers, shopping carts, and beyond. The company also has an advanced analytics tool now to help city planners identify opportunities for capturing renewable energy. Continuing with her selflessness, Matthews also founded the Harlem Tech Fund with a goal of supporting 100 new startups and offering technology training to 10,000 Harlem residents. As I started talking about thoroughness, it's easy to see why Matthews could be also highlighted as an example of the principle of thoroughness. So why do we focus on this International Women's Day, as we're recording it, on the principle of selflessness? Well, Matthews has a Harvard degree. She also has very successful business owner parents in the tech industry. It would have been easy for Matthews, or at least easier, to pursue self-interest with great success. Financial gain and material wealth probably would have been fairly easy for her to come by. Instead, she saw a need for a solution to help others. Yes, while building a great successful career. Her primary motivation, however, seems to be in helping others. Specifically serving others first. That's why on this International Women's Day, March 8th, 2024, time of recording, we're highlighting Jessica O. Matthews as an outstanding example of the principle of selflessness. Now, each weekday on an episode of Boss Beat, we highlight one of the principles, today's selflessness, and then we highlight a couple of the attributes, in this case 3 today, that support that principle. Today's are first, considering the greater good. It's easy to make a profitable product if you're not worried about the impact it has on the people, the economy, or the environment. Great leaders, the best bosses, and servant leaders consider the greater good in all their solutions. Matthews exemplifies this as she developed profitable solutions that help the greater good. The second attribute that supports the principle of selflessness is commitment to people. It's not about you. It's about the people you serve. Most bad bosses can achieve great results in the short term because they don't care about the people. Burnout and turnover, they'll say, is simply a cost of doing business. But that is not sustainable. The best bosses and servant leaders are committed to the people. They value them, grow them, support them, and build the most sustainable, successful teams of people. The last attribute we're focused on today that supports the principle of selflessness is empowerment. Bad bosses hoard power. The best bosses empower others. Great leaders know they are greater for building more great leaders. Again, Matthews exemplifies this as she and her organization Uncharted empower countless others, both literally and figuratively. And the last key component of today's Boss Beat episode, as always, we like to highlight a quote to help you with your motivation and get you a little excited. Today's, we bring to you the quote from Jessica O. Matthews. She says, and I quote, "I use business not as an end, but as a tool to have an impact. I treat God as my biggest investor. What's the ROI you are giving God on the gifts that he gave you?" Gosh, I love that quote. Okay, and now, as you seek to build better boss behaviors in yourself and the team you serve, some questions to challenge your thinking today and moving forward. First, how is your business a tool for greater impact? And second, what is the ROI you produce from the blessings of your gifts? Now, each weekday we cover one of the 7 core principles of great leadership. They're populating on your screen now: selflessness, empathy, resolve, virtuousness, authenticity, nonpartisanship, and thoroughness. I'm getting better and better at reciting those each day. Why? Because those come from the acronym model of servant leadership. There are lots of great leadership books out there, but we want to make sure that the advice you get here is tried and true, practical and actionable, that you can take back to the office. It comes from 2 decades of studying the greatest leadership experts and practitioners so that you know you're getting good, sound advice. If you like this sort of topics and this sort of content, please check out modernservantleader.com. There you will find plenty of free resources, as well as links to courses that I teach on this topic. I'm Ben Lichten-Wallner. On this International Women's Day, I want to lift up all the women in my life and my business. Thank you for all you do. Please find a way to help serve and create a more equitable future for them. Until next time, keep serving, my friends.